everyone and welcome to Civic Platform. This is your host Zuher Almusre. Today I'm covering an event it called Stronger Together, and this event is organized by Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba. So the reason why all these people today here, it's a huge opportunity for 22 countries today to communicate together, to build connections, and with some of the government members here, they can know more about each other and about the services they can get from the Canadian government here in Winnipeg. So let's see how these people enjoy this evening from this new episode from Civic Platform.
Hi Zuher, welcome to our event tonight, which is the Stronger Together dinner. My name is Perla Havate and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, Stronger Together. The Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, Stronger Together Incorporated, was created about 4 years ago, and it's through the joint effort of representatives of Aurora Therapy, Family Therapy Center, and Immigrant Partnership Winnipeg. The Ethnocultural Council came about because there's a need to have a voice from the cultural groups, and it's lacking. Individually, our voices are not heard. So as a group, we're hoping that governments and foundations and other groups that are supporting different cultural organizations can hear us and listen to our needs and challenges, and so that our communities can move forward and benefit from the good things that Canada can offer. For newcomers, to start with, we need the language barrier has to be addressed. That's one of the big things. And then professional accreditation is another thing. A lot of our new immigrants and refugees come with strong academic backgrounds and good professions, but coming over, there's so much roadblocks before they can even work within the field that they've been tried. So those are all challenges that they face. Families, children going to school and adjusting to the school climate here, learning all the do's and don'ts. Those are all things that need to be done the first 5 years we are here in Canada, so that we can say we can move forward and have a good life. This bringing the people together is a celebration actually of our diversity. It's to let us know that we're not alone, we are part of a bigger group, and our challenges, the things that we go through, are shared by majority. And right now, there's about 20 cultural groups who are here. We also have our immigrant serving agencies and also our funders. And it's important for us to see us in person, that we are here. We don't have to suffer all the time. We have to celebrate our diversity, our being unique, and that it's okay to be who we are.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the ECCM Stronger Together dinner. This is Mahdi Sultani. I will be the MC for tonight. As you all know, we have had this event online in the last 2 years, but we are happy and privileged to have you all around and celebrating this event, this beautiful event together. I would kindly invite Mr. Clayton Sandy, the knowledge keeper, to do the opening remarks for the event. Please help me welcome Mr. Clayton Sandy.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the invite. It's been, I think this is my second time coming to this event, and it always amazes me how many people show up for this event, and it's nice to see that there's a lot of young people here. I'm always amazed by, what we can do as adults to help young people move forward in life. I want to start off by, I heard a quote, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a quote from a Métis leader called Louis Riel. And his quote was that, my people will sleep for 100 years, but when they wake up, it'll be the artist that'll give them back their spirit. So first time I heard that, kind of, holy smokes, kind of blew my mind about that. It made me really think about that. And when I look around, the work I've done, I spent most of my time working in government and working with youth. But I often found that youth were so, so open-minded and so creative, and it's nice that we're actually doing something for youth this evening here. And I've always been a strong believer that, they always say youth are our future, youth are, we have to invest in youth. But I've often wondered, youth need to know their past also too. And that's one thing that I think that in my community, we've been able to share our past with our young people. Even though the past hurts sometimes, our young people have to know the past. Because if they don't know the past, I believe that there's really not much of a future. So tonight we're going to be celebrating youth. I was just looking at some of the beautiful artwork in here, and it always amazes me how people can be so creative. Yeah. I'm going to do the land acknowledgement as well. I'm going to do a short prayer. So I'd like to welcome everybody we're on Treaty 1 territory. We're on the land of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene, and the homeland of the Dakota people. And the fresh water we drink every day comes from Shoal Lake number 40. So I'm going to do a short prayer. Homitakiapi, hemiado ichaka homani wakantaka homakia wakantaka mushruka maido wakantaka. Creator, thank you for another beautiful day of life. I thank you for bringing us here this evening. I ask that you look after everybody here, and somebody's phone is on here. Ask Creator to watch over us here. Ask Creator to help us to, help us to move forward in life in a really good way. I ask Creator to look after the young people that are here, help them on their journey, help them to be very creative, help them to be forgiving, and help moving forward. And ask the older people here to share as much of your history and your home life as you can, because I believe that young people still need to hear that. Ask Creator to bless the food that we're going to be having here tonight, and I want to just send out a special Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody here and their loved ones. Homitakiawas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clayton, for taking time and sharing your words with us. I just wanted to ask everyone to turn their phone silent, but I just noticed that my own phone is not silent. So I started from myself. I just turned my phone silent, and I would kindly ask everyone to turn their phone silent. I also want to mention that we will have lots of fun tonight in the event. We will have some performances from some artists from ethnocultural communities who have collaborated with each other, who have shared their knowledge and culture with each other and learned from each other. And now that tonight they want to showcase their art pieces and performances with all of us. Now I would like to kindly ask our co-chairs at ACCM, Perla Havate and Shakila Atai, to share their words with everyone and welcome our guests. Shakila Atai and Perla Habate.
Good evening, everyone. What a joyous occasion to have all of us gathered in one place, in person, after 2 years of isolation. What a blessing it is. So, Honorable Andrew Smith, Minister of Culture, Heritage, Tourism and Sports of the Province of Manitoba, Mr. Terry Duguid, Member of the House of Commons and Member of Parliament for Winnipeg South, Ms. Janice Lux, Deputy Mayor of Winnipeg and Councilor of Waverly West, Mr. Jamie Moses, our MLA for St. Vital, and MLA Brar from Boros, our sponsor organizations, member organizations, our board of directors of ECCM, friends, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Perla Habate, and with me is Shakila Atai. We are both co-chairs of the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, Stronger Together Incorporated. On behalf of the board of directors of ECCM, it is with great pleasure that we welcome all of you tonight as we resume our in-person gathering as we celebrate the many member cultural groups of ECCM. Tonight, let's welcome, and please stand when I call your table, because I want everybody to see who are with us. So can I ask you to please stand and wave? Afghan table, please. People from Afghanistan? Okay, thank you. How about from Bhutanese community? Whoa. Chinese community? Where are we? Okay, great. From Congo? Yay. How about Filipino? From Ghana? Yay. So our indigenous First Nation? I think Sandy, were you there? Okay. From Iran. Over there. Japanese. There. Quran. Quran. Kenyan. Where are you? Kurdish. Yay. Nepali. So from Pakistan, I saw some, all right, okay. Somali. How about South Sudanese? Spanish. Syrian. Ukrainian. Yazidi. And Zimbabwe. So we wish to welcome our immigrant serving agencies as well, our funders, and representatives from government, friends, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years ago, through the initiative of Muxi Adams, and he's here somewhere, of Aurora Therapy Center, a group of community representatives gathered to talk about holding an event to showcase the achievements of immigrants and refugees, to dispel the growing negative sentiment of some that these newcomers are using up resources that is rightfully theirs. The first event was a success and truly inspiring, well attended by about 400 people similar to this audience. We featured the achievements of members in various fields and also successful businesses of former immigrants and refugees. And then COVID hit. Still, we managed to have virtual Stronger Together dinner, with dinners delivered in our members' and guests' homes, and the program was held virtually. We were not about to, let go of the tradition of Stronger Together dinner. So our theme tonight is empowering youth through art and culture. You will see some of their work as it is on stage, and you will see them in our entertainment tonight. We also have a keynote speaker who exemplifies an accomplished young person who is one of us. ECCM is the new kid in the block of immigrant-serving organizations. Simultaneous to the conception of the Stronger Together dinner, the Immigrant Partnership Winnipeg conducted a research that recommended the need for a unified voice from the various cultural groups. The two groups merged, and as a result of the recommendation, the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, Stronger Together Incorporated, was born. To help ECCM get off the ground, IPW seconded one of its staff, Ruben Garang, who was our ECCM's project manager for 3 years, who did a tremendous job of finding grants to fund training for ECCM board, numerous projects that created jobs for the community members while providing services to the community. Okay, I have to call on the Colombian community as well. Thank you. Okay.
Hi everyone. So what is ECCM? For some of you guys that joining us for the first time, please allow me to give you a brief description of what we are all about. The Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, Stronger Together Inc. strives to empower, inspire, mobilize, and support the ethnocultural communities in Manitoba. We provide forum for our members to generate collective knowledge, ideas, information, resources, strategies, and inspiration to create communities where all people are valued and welcome. As a collective voice, we advocate for change on common social, economic, and political challenges faced by ethnocultural communities. ECCM is now in its 4th year, and we are pleased to inform that we now have an office at the Fort Garry Place. We have 5 staff who are responsible for the various ongoing projects we have for our community members. When COVID came to the town, the relevance of ECCM became evident. ECCM acted immediately to make sure our communities were safe by making sure all protocols were translated in various languages prior to the help by the government. Various projects were undertaken virtually during the 2-year lockdown to keep our children and youth, seniors and families engaged, protected, and kept safe. As we are emerging and recovering from the aftermath of the COVID, ECCM is vibrant and energized by 3 major projects. Free Relationship Project, Multiculturalism and Anti-Racism Initiative, and Cultural Sharing for Inclusivity, Reconciliation, and Humanity. Participant of the Culture Sharing for Inclusivity, Reconciliations, and Humanity project will provide the entertainment for tonight's event. Our commitment to keep our community engaged in various ways, and in the process empowering them identify and help grow and develop the leadership capability within their own cultural group has been moving forward. Just like any family, ECCM has evolved and has been nurturing some events that are now part of our tradition, such as the celebration of Multiculturalism Day in June, the Women's event in August, and the Stronger Together in December to coincide with Human Rights Day. All these communities gathering and celebrating are possible because of the kind support we are getting from funders and tonight's sponsoring organization. To the following, we wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude. The province of Manitoba, through the Ethnocultural Community Support Program, the Winnipeg Foundation for funding inclusive through art, culture, and heritage project, Government of Manitoba for laptop through our Equality and Inclusion for Black and Colored People initiatives, our sponsor organizations for tonight's Stronger Together dinner, Aurora Family Therapy Center, Immigration Partnership Winnipeg, Manso, Mosaic, Needs Center, Social Planning Council of Winnipeg, Winnipeg School Division. On behalf of the Board of ECCM, to each and every one of you, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Enjoy your dinner and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Sa buhay ko'y labis ang hirap at pasakit ng pusong umiibig, mandiwala ng langit at nang lumigaya. Sa dusa, tanging ikaw, sinta, ang aking pag-asa.
Dahil sa'yo, nais kong mabuhay. Dahil sa'yo, hanggang mamatayan, dapat kong tangkuin, walang ikang giling, puso ko'y taluin, ikaw at ikaw dahil sa'yo, ako'y lumigaya at mamahal ay alayang ka. Kung tunay man ako, sa buhay ko'y dahil sa'yo. Because of you, I yearn for existence. Because of you, till my life will end.
My name is Victoria and I'm from Ukraine. I'm here in Winnipeg, so almost 2 months. I'm here because my art is in a photo, and through my photo I would like to provide anti-racism. What I would like to say with that is not every people can be an artist, but every human is an art. All we were created from different colors of skin. This is okay because we cannot paint with one color. Yeah, so someone who created us could not paint all people with one color because it's not interesting. So that is why he decided to paint all people with different colors. So with this dinner, many humans, many people can know each other, can know more about each other culture, communicate more, know each other better, know anything they want, any culture, and to help each other, learn from each other knowledges about every culture, and try to communicate about everything they want, to make some collaboration. For example, one of them is a singer, one of them is a painter, one of them is a player on some guitar or piano, and so they can make collaboration and collaborate each other culture and try with that. So my message to Ukrainian community in Winnipeg is we should be together, and together we are stronger. So we just should keep in touch with each other, to support each other, and together we are stronger. Just that is the only way how we can be stronger in that world.
Todo lleno de esperanza y ansiedad. Escucha, hermano, siempre esta canción que mira al fondo de tu corazón, que roba tus temores, envidias y rencores. Aléjate de la violencia, abre tu alma y tu conciencia, dale a la vida una oportunidad, un nuevo resplandor. Toma la mano de Dios, estréchala, vive con Él en su paz y en su bondad. Recuerda que somos hermanos, nos debemos amar. Recuerda que felicidad es libertad. Escucha, hermano, siempre esta canción que mira al fondo de tu corazón, que roba tus temores, envidias y rencores. Aléjate de la violencia, abre tu alma y tu conciencia, dale a la vida una oportunidad, un nuevo resplandor. Thank you.
My name is Jeanette Perez. I am an immigrant from the Philippines. I was chosen as one of the Filipino artists here in the Inclusion for Arts, Culture and Heritage program for the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba. Yeah, my art form is playing the ukulele. It's a 4-stringed instrument, and it's a very simple instrument, so I play simple, short and sweet songs with my ukulele, and so I feature it on Saturdays. I call it Saturday with You, my ukulele, and so that's my form of relaxation. It's a very nice hobby. It's a very good opportunity here to be gathered together in different cultures, different races, because we get to understand how the other people behave. Like, we know from their culture, we know the songs that they sing, through the dances and through their art. We learn more about their heritage too. And so it's important for us to be exposed to these kinds of things, because the appreciation of arts is not limited. Like, we can appreciate the art of other cultures as well. If it's your first time to experience winter here in Winnipeg, keep calm. Maybe you should get yourself a ukulele and play during your free time, and it helps you relax. So good luck.
Hi, my name is Margaret Volau. I'm CEO at Newcomers Employment Education Development Services, known as the Needs Center. And I'm glad that I'm here and enjoy all of the events. And this is not the first one working together with the community. As the name of the organization here is Stronger Together, Needs Center, the moment when we got invitation, we were the first one who decided to buy the 2 tables. Why it's important? Because we have so many mosaic in Winnipeg of people coming from the different countries, and we serve the clients, but our clients are very specific. They are youth. This is the future of Canada, future of Manitoba, future of Winnipeg. And we would like them, because we bought the 1 table just for the clients, because we thought that they are the most important, that they could see that people coming from the different countries will find a place here in Winnipeg. Of course, a lot of challenges what newcomers facing, aside education, aside the culture, it's also employment. And for us, employment program is the most important, and this is why we brought today people who are in our program for employment. The challenges is right now is that, as you probably notice, having COVID and not opportunity, as many opportunities for a job, for many newcomers are unfortunately cannot find a job. We are looking not only for giving them a job, we want to build their career path, the future, that they could feel that they are contributing to society, not only looking for something that they will be just do for money. They definitely need to have some more bigger goals for their lives, and this is what we decided, that our programs are fully contributing to the society.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so pleased to be speaking to you on this very special occasion. I wish I was able to join you all for the event tonight, but I am away in Ottawa here on the unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe. Nevertheless, I am delighted to hear that after 2 years of online celebrations, you are able to have your Together Again dinner in person once again. I want to begin by thanking the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba for organizing this important event and for all the hard work your organization does. Your many contributions throughout Manitoba have accomplished so much toward making Manitoba a stronger and more inclusive community for all. One of the goals of tonight's dinner is to highlight the amazing contributions that immigrants and refugees have made to our province. It is so important that we recognize them because they are some of the most hardworking and determined people in our communities. Newcomers contribute immensely to the social and economic fabric of our province, and Manitoba simply would not be where it is today without the tireless work of generations of immigrants and their families. Newcomers to Manitoba are critical in the field of healthcare, working and volunteering at our hospitals, doctors' offices, and clinics. They also make up a large percentage of our teachers, our social workers, our public servants, our business leaders, and so much more. Recognizing these contributions at events like this one sends a message to newcomers that they are supported and valued in our province. The theme of this year's dinner is empowering youth through arts and culture. It is so important that we give a voice to the young people in our communities, as they are the ones who will build on all the hard work of their parents and grandparents. Our youth are our future, and we should do everything within our power to include them, empower them, and engage them in the goals of strengthening our society. I am also excited to see arts and culture as part of today's theme. In a province as diverse as Manitoba, the arts and culture of our communities make up the foundation of our identity, a rich mosaic that is more than the sum of its parts. So on behalf of the Government of Canada, I would like to offer my heartfelt thank you to the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba for hosting this event and for all the great work you do to make Manitoba a better place for everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Hello everyone. If you're not familiar with the Philippine history, today you're gonna hear about it. This is a song written by a comedian, so it's lighthearted and it's in English. Enjoy. On March 16, 1521, when Philippines was discovered by Magellan, they were sailing day and night across the big ocean until they saw a small Limasawa island. Magellan landed in Limasawa at noon. The people met him very welcome on the shore. They did not understand the speaking they had done, because Kastila gid and waray man. When Magellan landed in Cebu City, Raha Humabon met him, they were very happy. All people were baptized and built the Church of Christ, and that's the beginning of our Catholic life. When Magellan visited in Mactan to Christianize them, everyone, but Lapu-Lapu met him on the shore and drive Magellan to go back home. Then Magellan got so mad, ordered his men to camouflage. Mactan Island they could not grab, cause Lapu-Lapu is very hard. Then the battle began at dawn, bolos and spears versus guns and cannons. handkerchief on his neck. He stumbled down and cried and cried. Oh mother, mother, I am sick. Call the doctor very quick. Doctor, doctor, shall I die? Tell my mama, do not cry. Tell my mama, do not cry. Tell my mama, do not cry. That's the end of Magellan in the island of Mactan, Cebu, long time ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, Manitoba in general is a very, very diverse province. We've got people coming from all over the world to come to Manitoba. And I believe that Manitoba is actually the home of hope. Folks have come here escaping persecution. Folks have come here escaping war. Some folks have come here to build a better life for their family and for their children and grandchildren. And I think that's what makes Manitoba so special, but really what makes everyone in this room here so special. I think that we've seen what's happened around the world, and we really are thankful that we have a beautiful place to call home in Manitoba. I say everyone in Manitoba, everyone in Canada is an immigrant of some sort, with the exception, of course, of our First Nations people who were here before us. And I think that this cultural diversity that we see here shows just how important it is to not only understand each other, but to embrace each other's cultures and differences that we bring to the table here. I know that through my department, we do have some funding that comes through the Ethnocultural Support Program, and I know many of you are familiar with it. But I also want to say that there is a Arts, Culture, and Sports and Community Fund that I've created through my department. So it's $100 million over 3 years. So it helps fund infrastructure, it helps fund small capital projects, and it helps fund events, even something like this tonight. So I want to encourage you folks here. I know some of you already know about it. Many of you come to talk to me about it, but please, I want you to take advantage of it because it's $100 million over 3 years. The first intake is done. We're going to have the second intake sometime in the new year, and I really want to make sure you folks know that the government of Manitoba is here to support you. If you have any capital projects you want to fund, let me know, because you can apply for that through this fund under my department. So with that, I know I don't want to be the person that holds you up from eating, but be the least popular person in the room tonight if I do that. So again, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here, and thank you, merci, and miigwech.
What we have after that?
So after this, we have community laptop handout, which Ruben will do it. He will get some laptops from the community, and then we will have our maybe or maybe not, you just come and say
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Lukes, and I'm the City Councillor for Waverly West. And I'm also the Deputy Mayor, and I'm here to bring greetings on behalf of our Mayor, our new Mayor, Scott Gillingham, and the council colleagues that I work with. I don't see any of them here today, so I just want to bring greetings on everyone's behalf from City Hall. I want to thank ECM for all the work that you do in the community to create liaisons, to create bonds, to create a sense of welcoming and settlement to everyone that comes to our great city and to our province. You're a key component in developing strategies that helps us draw on the strength to promote economic growth and to bind our communities. I look around the room here and I see so many people I know from throughout the city, and it's really heartwarming. You know, people were announcing all the countries, and so many of these countries where people have come from have gone through just horrendous situations. You've come to Canada for a new life. Canada has some big challenges too. We know we have very big challenges. In our city right now, in our province right now, we have a lot of sadness. There's a lot of sadness that's occurring. I want to thank the Winnipeg Police Service for being here tonight and helping our communities. We need a lot of compassion. We need a lot of compassion for each other and for people that are struggling. We have so much to offer here. We are a land of opportunity. I'm so inspired by the communities that I work with, because I know I've been fortunate to travel to many countries in the world, and I know how incredibly fortunate we are to be here in Canada, and incredibly fortunate to have ECM helping us and helping everyone settle. On behalf of the City of Winnipeg, and I want to thank you. I want to thank all the volunteers, and I want to wish you a very enjoyable evening. Thank you.
And the meaning of the song is, love is what to be reciprocated. When you reciprocate love, you get back love. Thank you as you listen.
Onye me Thank you very much for that warm welcome. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing this evening? Good. Yes, my name is Jamie Moses. I'm the MLA for St. Vital. And I'd like to just begin by saying thank you to the wonderful accommodations we've had this evening. So I think we should give a big round of applause for the staff who made the wonderful food for us, who served us here, the organizers who put this on. Thank you very much to our MCs and the hosts who've spoken us so far this evening, Perla and Shakila. Thank you to the other representatives who've also brought their greetings this evening, particularly MP Terry Duguid, Minister Smith, and Councillor and Deputy Mayor Janice Lukes. And of course, my colleague here, who some of you have met this evening, MLA Diljit Brar from Burroughs. I'd like to welcome you guys all here this evening. It's my pleasure to be speaking with you this evening. And I was thinking about what I wanted to speak over the course of the week and what I wanted to talk about this evening. And there was a moment in my family. I have my wife and my 2 kids. My daughter is 7 and my son is 4, right? It's a handful in my household. And so we were putting away the dishes one evening after supper, and I asked my daughter, hey, can you come give me a hand? She's 7, she's old enough to do some responsibility in the house. And she said, why me? Why not her younger brother who's 4? Why me? Is what she asked. And so that question, why me? And I think, kids have that really interesting ability to break things down into such its real basic part. Why me is a question she asked. And of course, it's because she's old enough, responsible enough to give me a hand in the kitchen. But then that brought me to myself. I started to reflect on that. And I thought about that question in my own life. Why me? Why am I an MLA here? And why was I the first Black MLA, male MLA in Manitoba? Why was I the first of the first 3 Black MLAs elected in Manitoba? And it brings me back to my story, right? I was born here in Winnipeg, but I come from a family that immigrated here from Trinidad and Tobago. Both of my parents came to Winnipeg in the 1970s and started a family. They met here and they raised a family of 4 kids, and I'm the youngest, born here in Winnipeg. They had the same challenges that many of you face and are facing right now, of coming to a new place, dealing with a new culture, adapting to a new climate, understanding and trying to build a network of friends, of family, of trying to make these connections, all while keeping a job, getting yourself educated, earning a job, and living, paying a house, and raising a family. And that's what my parents did. And they raised myself and my siblings with a focus on what we can do for our community, and a focus on how do we educate ourselves and put ourselves in a position to give back to that same community that has helped raise us. And so that's what I did. We obviously went to school here, graduated from University of Manitoba, and set out to get a job to help support my family, but all the while working and giving back in my community through some of the things that I loved, which was sport. So I got involved in coaching and helping out in community through my community centers. And then it came time to come into politics, and seeing the need there, that need for community grew and became a time to enter into politics. And I was fortunate enough to get elected in 2019, along with Uzoma Azaguera and Audrey Gordon, being the 3 of us being the first Black MLAs elected in Manitoba. And so I think about that question, why me? And it goes back to not just why me, but why not me? Or why not you, in fact? Why not you? Why can't you accomplish the goals that are set out in front of you? There are so many obstacles, we all know this. But what I'm trying to say is that if my experience can be an example for any one of us, is that there is hope, there's hopefulness in this, that the barriers that we face can be overcome. They can be surmounted. We can break through them. And I think I'm living proof of that. That, you know, I didn't come from any special education or any outstanding, you know, family history. But I'm here and I'm doing my best. I'm representing the people of my constituency and the people here. And I'm doing that because I've had this great community. People worked together and they built something special here. And I am happy to be the embodiment of that in some way. And I also go back to that same question, why me, in a different sense. And I think about many of the communities that are here today. And I think about the question that they might be asking themselves, why me? They might say some of the problems and some of the issues that people are facing in the world, in our communities today, and they might ask, why is this happening? Why is this happening to us? Why me? They might see the homelessness challenge that we face, that we see on the streets right here in downtown Winnipeg, and they might ask, why is this happening here? What can we do about it? They might see the challenges that we face with affordability when it comes to the grocery bills and the gas bills. And they might say, these challenges are so difficult. Why is this so hard? Why me? They might see the challenges that we're facing through our healthcare system with either the wait times or, you know, whether it's for themselves or for a family member. And for so many of us in this room, they might also be experiencing the challenges and the difficulties of prejudice, of racism, of intolerance, of people not understanding your culture and not understanding your way of life. And the people who discriminate you just because of the way you look. And you might ask yourselves, why me? These are all things that we've experienced here in this room and challenges that we face. And some of the things that I try to do in my role is to make people say, well, maybe I can take some of those burdens off of people's plates a little bit as an MLA. And that's one of the reasons, one of the goals, and one of the things that I have tried to do in my role. How do we limit those burdens and break those barriers down just a little bit for folks each and every day? And so we've put forward plans to, help to reduce the homelessness challenge, and advocated for more services for people who live in poverty and experience homelessness. And we've tried to address the affordability challenge every day by pushing for higher minimum wages and by pushing for the freezing of hydro rates to make life a little bit more affordable so that less people have to ask, why me? Why is this happening to me? And we've pushed for more supports in our healthcare system. So people have to ask, why is this happening to me? Less people. We've tried to push for that each and every day in the legislature. And one of the things that I'm particularly proud of is the steps that I, as part of our NDP team and with unanimous support from the legislature, is to put concrete steps forward into building more diversity into our communities. And I've been fortunate enough to have 2 bills passed in the legislature. Last year, I passed the Emancipation Day Act. It's a bill that marks August 1st as Emancipation Day. And for those who don't know what Emancipation Day is, thank you. For those who don't know what Emancipation Day is, it is the day that we mark the abolition of slavery in the British Commonwealth, which was Canada at the time. And so as slaves were here in Canada, the property of people in Canada, and the act to abolish slavery passed in 1834, August 1st, it took effect. It freed people who lived in this country, particularly Black people and Indigenous people. And so by recognizing that history as part of recognizing Emancipation Day, we're also understanding ourselves and understanding our communities and our history better, because that history is part of our Canadian history. And I was fortunate to bring that bill forward and have it pass. I was also fortunate last month to pass my second bill, Just actually last week, on December 1st, we passed the Black History Month Act. And that bill, thank you. And that bill officially recognizes February as Black History Month. It's been celebrated here for many, many years in Manitoba. Now it's officially recognized by the province of Manitoba. And the reason that's significant is because it opens the door for more people to participate in Black history. Because Black history is not just for the Black community, it's for all Canadians. And because it is part of our Canadian history. And the reason, if you don't know, why February is Black History Month and why February was chosen is because it is coincided with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, who were instrumental as part of the American Civil War in removing slavery in the States. And so to honor their birthdays, the founders of Black History Month, which was Black History Week at the time, chose February to celebrate that month. And so in honor of that bill being passed to officially recognize Black History Month, I encourage everyone here today to participate in some events for Black History Month this February. The Black History Month Committee does a wonderful job of promoting events that educate people, inspire people, and help people understand Black history from a Canadian and a Manitoba perspective. And I'll go back to my original thought as I close my remarks. That question of why me? And I realized that the reason I can see myself here and see myself be successful here is because of those issues that you face, because I get a chance to work on tackling those issues. I use the talents, the time, the knowledge that I have to try to tackle those issues so that all of you have to ask yourselves a little bit less, why is this happening to me? But I think that's the exact reason why you guys are all in this room too, is because when you get to that moment of a barrier, an issue, a concern happens to you, you guys don't always just say, why me? You guys look at that issue and say, how do I tackle that? How do I overcome that barrier? How do I knock down that wall? How do I make it happen for that newcomer family so that they can find success? How do I help that international student who's looking for a better path or perhaps looking for some health care? How do I help them? How do I help a temporary foreign worker who's coming here, who's in a tough situation? How do I help that family get that family member through the nominee program into Manitoba? How do I do that? And you guys take on those challenges every day and find ways to help people. And so instead of seeing that obstacle and saying, why is this happening to me, and looking at it negatively, you all look at it in ways of how do we overcome this? How do I use this as an opportunity to succeed? And that's would be my message to you all, to take every challenge that we have and work together as a team, as we are all here in this room, sitting here together. Let us work together to overcome these barriers, to overcome these challenges, and challenge people like me, people in the government, to reduce the barriers, to break them down so that it's easier for us to build community, to work together, to have this place that we call Manitoba truly be a welcoming home for all of us who find ourselves here, whether we were born here like me, whether we immigrated here like my parents, whether we just arrived, or whether we've been here for generations and generations and generations. This place called Manitoba is where we are. And we need to make sure that everyone feels welcome here. And so I just want to finally say that I know you guys all put in the work to break down those barriers every single day. And I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that. We in the legislature often don't get a chance to say this, but we thank you for all that work that you do each and every day, because we can't do our jobs without you. So I say that I see you guys here. I acknowledge the work that you do. I'm proud of the work that you do and proud to call Manitoba home because of the work that you do. And as part of our jobs, I'm proud to amplify the work that you do, and I encourage all others to participate and lift up and do the work just the same way that all of you do. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good evening. I really appreciate being here. Take care.
Don't بین درها بلاها منو کفتار قدیمی منو جنگ نابرابر منو نیش مار سمی منو حمله های اژدر منو زخم تا نخوردن منو مردن و نمردن منو طعم تلخ باختن منو لج کردن و بردن منو لج کردن و بردن منو لج کردن و بردن آمدم تا که نفس دل توفان بکشم و به قانون غلط خط بطلان بکشم خط بطلان بکشم بسرم بسرم هر قدر خط بکشی باز دو چندان بکشم هر قدر خط بکشی باز دو چندان بکشم باز دو چندان بکشم و روایت اولی زخمی لفظ فحاشی و تن و لبان و گردن حمله چشمان وحشی و روایت دومی غیرت و شیطان آقا که به چادرت نباشی خط خورد ایمان آقا و روایت سومی تو کلید جنت هستی نشوی اگر تو رامش بزنت که نکبت هستی من به این قانون جنگل نزنم سرم به سجده که به هر صفحه شومش حق ما را کسی خورده من به فتوای سیاهی و به فرمان تباهی نشوم غلام و هرگز نشوم آنچی میخواهی بگویی زبان سرخم بزنی به صد گزندم و سکوت جنگلی تو مثل یک نعی بلندم مثل یک نعی بلندم مثل یک نعی بلندم آمدم تا که نفس در دل توفان بکشم و به قانون غلط خط بطلان بکشم خط بطلان بکشم من بسرم تو بسرم هر قدر خط بکشی باز دو چندان بکشم هر قدر خط بکشی باز دو چندان بکشم باز دو چندان بکشم باز دو چندان بکشم
Yes, it's the situation of every artist in Afghanistan nowadays. Please be with us.
How is everybody doing over there? First, I want to give a shout out. I think you forgot us, to the Palestinian community. So shout out to us. My name is Azzuddin Hawamda and I'm from Palestine. I'm indigenous to Palestine. I'm a poet, a writer, a teacher, a PhD candidate, and I'm attached to Palestine in so many ways. I'm here to tell you stories of my land. So as a Palestinian, I can never identify myself without mentioning my land. In fact, I am not me without that land. The land has shaped me, it's not the other way around. There are so many ways to tell the Palestinian struggle, trauma, and pain. I choose to tell my story in a way where I'm reminded, and I remind the people around me, that we bring beauty, resiliency, and food and language and culture to the world. I'm here to tell you that my mother next to me here is a proud Palestinian mother who I am very, very proud of, and she is always with me. I'm here today to share some poetry with you from my land, and I'm privileged to be here. So this poem here, it's called Block P. Once you enter the West Bank, where I'm from, there is a big sign that says, "Do not enter this area, dangers lay ahead." Palestinians live under the Israeli occupation, as you're aware. It warns people to not enter that block, and it says, if you want to enter, enter on your own risk. For me, I see that sign totally differently. I see it as a welcoming sign, and I wrote this poem in regards to that. At the entrance of Block P, the old olive press breathes in tear gas as the rubber bullets force my childhood to hide. The rows of fertile land are fractured and choked by the exhaust of menacing bulldozers, intent on heightening our imprisonment. The networks of checkpoints expands west in my veins, challenging the existing of my story. The checkpoints multiply like the number of days in a prison sentence, designed to print themselves on childhood memories. Soldiers stop me from breathing and dreaming, turning my heartbeat into a permanent deer trap. They search my misbaha. They worry about the beads. What if each bead holds a piece of my story? An old rusty sign stares at the gravel road, warning visitors of the dangers that lay ahead. The sign reads, "Do not enter. This land is full of dreams." The second poem I have for you here, and I'm sorry you can't see the writing. I wrote this while witnessing and watching the damage and the turmoil in the last conflict in Palestine. There was a mixture of feelings. I felt happy, sad, crying. I felt like trauma was running through my fingers. I wrote these words thinking of my family and my friends. Inside of me, words are crumbling. The frightened dust hides from the debris. The scattered, broken cement is looking for vocabulary to express its dreams. The homes and balconies that decorated the clouds, the smiles that were here and there, no trace of them today. Now, there is only thick smoke here, broken steel there. Today, I see dreams swinging on the broken glass windows, looking for a way out from this occupation. Today, my country bleeds, yet still offers tea to the passerby. It teaches the world the meaning of life. My country is a swarm of pigeons that got lost at the checkpoint. It was lost amidst the bombs and the wounding wailing in the streets. Mothers held up the sky from falling. As the planes flew by, they lost their personal biography. They confronted children. The planes stole their dreams. Despite all noises, the minarets are heard weeping and the rubber is searching for life. Shukran. Thank you.
I am Ruben Garang. I am with Immigration Partnership Winnipeg. I am part of the Ethnocultural Council, but I'm not playing a big role in it now. because of my role has changed. The part of the celebration that I'm going to do here or lead, I'm going to say briefly about what it is. If you have looked into the activities of the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, they are designed in a way that to honor the role of the ethnocultural communities in the settlement and integration of the newcomers. The ethnocultural communities do a lot of work. They are not recognized by the government, they are not funded, they're doing it voluntarily. So a year or two ago, there was funding that came to the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba, and it was thought that part of that money will be going to the communities to empower them. And the money came from the Employment and Social Development Department, created that work to Abdi Hamid when he was part of the federal government. Is Abdi here? Is Abdi here? I'm not seeing him. Why don't you stand up? Yes, that gentleman there. It's always good to have people in the community, in the government, because when you have somebody with experience of the work that we're doing in the community be part of the government, you see changes that surprise you.
On behalf of ECCM, we would like to thank, can all of ECCM's board members please stand or wave your hand? And can we give them all a round of applause? ECCM's board helped plan this Stronger Together dinner. I would also at this time like to thank all of the ECCM staff. Our staff team has grown tremendously over the last few months. So Piper, Shakib, Beatrice, Maddie, stand and wave. Without them, ECCM would not be able to function and be who we are today. Like I said, we have grown tremendously over the last year. It's so great to be able to have this dinner in person again after 2 years virtual, be able to celebrate with all of you. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, our funders, everyone that sponsored a table. And specifically, we would like to thank every single one of the community leaders that I had the privilege of talking to and meeting and being able to connect to while we were selling tickets for this event. ECCM would not be who we are without any of you.
Okay, for our newcomers, first of all, I'd like to welcome you all in Winnipeg. Once upon a time, I was a newcomer as well. And the difficulties and challenges you're facing right now, that's very normal. That's part of being new in one place. But things will get better for sure. And I'd like to extend to you the invitation to come and visit us, the Ethnocultural Council of Manitoba. We're here to provide you with whatever assistance we can. We're trying to empower communities to help their members. But if and when you need other resources, please come to us and we will be more than willing to extend our help. Thank you.
We reached the end of our episode. I can't say more. I think you see a lot of energy in this episode and how this all newcomers having fun together and they pass their challenging together. So if you like this episode, please like, share and subscribe to see our upcoming episodes.